What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronicles of a Chef. I'm Scott Hamilton, and today we are going to make a hot bourbon maple syrup. It is fire. We're talking cinnamon, habanero, fresh orange juice, all sorts of chili oils. It is so good, and it is a great way to spice up breakfast, brunch. It doesn't matter. Let's get cooking. All right, we're going to be working on our hot maple bourbon syrup for a chicken and waffle breakfast burrito. Also for my annual golf tournament that I play in and help with and all that kind of stuff. Similar to how I like to do my hot honeys, is I want more than just heat with the sweet. So we're going to do a little variation. I thought I had some dried chilies around. I don't. But that's okay. We are going to use some of this hot chili oil. We also have some chili crunch to throw in there. We got spicy from Momofuku. And we also got some High Desert Kitchen Escalante. Now, this is going to be really good because we're doing orange and cinnamon with the maple syrup and the bourbon. Just trying to create that nice warming, lots of flavors happening to add to the chicken and the waffle flavor and all that kind of stuff, but we're gonna nice sweet heat to it. So I'm gonna dry roast, start heating up these habaneros first before we do anything else. So I have my pan on high. I threw those habaneros in there. I just want to char them up a little bit, kind of have a little bit of fun with them. As you can see, we just got those just hanging out in there. But while that's happening, I've got this maple syrup. I got a nice big jelly cup here. We're just going to pour a whole bunch of maple syrup. I am not going to heat this maple syrup. I'm going to heat everything else in here. I'm going to heat the bourbon. I'm going to reduce the bourbon. We'll do all that in here, and then we're going to add that to this maple syrup to blend it up. I want it nice and thin. I don't want it really gloopy and hard or anything like that. And I don't want to mess around with the maple syrup. I don't want it to crystallize or caramelize. So I'm going to warm it up so we can infuse all these pepper flavors and everything into it without actually altering too much of the structural integrity of the maple syrup. I'm just going to lean a lot on this High Desert Kitchen Escalante. It's nice and fragrant. It's a little bit more Cuban and Mexican kind of inspired, a lot of Spanish influence, so it's lots of cinnamon. There's orange peel in it. It has there's lots of oregano. There's a lot of flavors in there, chipotles and other chili powders, paprika, so it's nice and smoky, and I just feel like it's going to play really, really well with all this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to zest half this orange to let that orange zest kind of get into here. Yeah. And I know people are like, oh, you zest how you want to zest. It's all good. Oh, the fragrance of the orange is so good. There we go. Now, I went with habanero for two reasons. So we're getting that nice little char on it already. It's looking good. These little flips. When I open these guys up, I will put gloves on so that I don't touch my eyes and have a complete disaster. Habaneros are hot, right? They're nice. They're known for their heat, which is going to be great to go against all this sweetness and then the smoky and earthy and all those oak flavors and everything that's coming out of the bourbon. But I went with it because it's a sunshine pepper. It's really bright and it's fresh and it's fragrant and it has its own level of sweetness that I think pairs really, really well with the orange. So that's why I went with our nice, bright sunshine pepper habanero. And I'm not looking to big chars. I just want to kind of help those peppers relax a little bit, kind of release some of those oils. And we're not going to do a whole lot of chopping on any of this stuff because I am looking to just blend it so that we have these beautiful flakes happening in our syrup. Oh, the roasted chili flavors. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's like one of my favorites. I love that smell. We're actually going to call these kind of good. They're softening up. I don't want them too soft. We're going to add them back in. We're going to call that good. Now, into this pan, we are going to just kind of throw in our garlic and our onions right off the bat. Now we're going to hit it with a little bit of this chili oil here. And this is more of like a Szechuan, I believe, chili oil. We're going to give that a nice little toss. Of course, we're going to hit it with a little bit of salt. There we go. And then there we go. Okay. And some chili oil. We're just going to go ahead and scrape this lid off. We're going to use all that deliciousness for sure. I'm going to throw a nice little scoop of this oil in here. And this is also great because it's like I wanted to use dried chilies. I wanted a variety of chili heat and flavor going into this. And this is going to really help with that. Actually, you know what? Let's get bold. Let's use... Whoa, that's gotten... There we go. Okay. Might need a face mask, but I'm gonna throw some gochujang in there too, just to adding a depth of flavor, a little to it. All right, we got this going. We wanted that garlic and the onion to start to saute up. This has got some heat and deliciousness to it. We got oil in there, so we are now going to put in our Escalante. I want to warm up those spices in here, but I don't want them to burn. We're going to go ahead and put in this. I got this Beehive bourbon. Beehive Distilling has just been crushing it. This is about a half a cup or so. Just gonna go ahead and, oh yeah. Let that kind of do its thing, reducing and whatnot. Throw a little of this spicy in there again, just mixing up the different levels of heat. I want different heat levels. I want different heat flavors. All these things have different variations of that. Gonna go ahead and zest the other half of our orange into this. Oh yeah. Oh. The smell so far is phenomenal. Woo! A little more of this, just for funsies. Some salt, let that reduce down. Sprinkle a little more cinnamon, just because I want that. We're thinking breakfast, right? It's maple syrup, cinnamon, orange. You know, think about the delicious orange cinnamon roll, but we're adding spice and flavors to it that are, I think, just an absolute win. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with half this orange juice. Yeah. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. All right, now, make my sink smell delicious later when I run my garbage disposal. Now, we're gonna turn this thing down because we're reducing pretty quick. We're gonna add another splash here of bourbon to let that kind of cook down. We already had the first round of bourbon reduced really fast, which is great. There's no problems with that, but I want to make sure that bourbon really comes through. Woohoo! Oh yeah, there it is. We're just gonna let this kind of cook down, but let's get our habaneros in there. Ugh, wet hands are the worst for these gloves. Ugh. I will not accidentally put habanero capsaicin juice into my eyes. I refuse to make that sacrifice of myself. So, oh, that one went on so much easier. All right, we're just gonna open this guy up. I don't think that we need the seeds. I think it's gonna be a-okay that we don't have all those seeds and everything in this. I think we're gonna have plenty of heat, and I have like a baggie of habaneros. I can always add more. So open this guy up. Oh yeah, get rid of those seeds. Give this a couple tears. Woo. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the bourbon, the cinnamon, and then you have all those different spices coming in. Oh, this is just being beautiful. Boiling aggressively, which we don't really need, but it's also making it go faster, which I also don't like. We're gonna go ahead and give it a quick buzz in here. See how this is getting nice and thick? I love that. We're gonna put the rest of this orange juice in here. There we go. It's a nice little stir and try not to kill ourselves. Wow. Woo! There's lots of heat happening. I think we could go a little more heavy on cinnamon. I think there's the cumin in there. Oh man, this is delicious. You get that smoky oak flavors, a little bit of like vanilla, and everything from the bourbon. I think that this is nice and cooked down. We can add it to our maple syrup over. Nice and warm. Should have infuse this maple syrup really, really well. And then after we blend it up, we can still add those seasonings and all that kind of stuff into it. That's going to be just fine. Let's get this in. Get that orange peel. There we go. All right. Let's test this guy out. It smells phenomenal. Woo! That's wild. All good things. All good things. Let me stir. There's great heat on the back end. It's not like your mouth's on fire. This will build for sure. But it's maple. There's the cinnamon. There's this orange. and there's this overall sense of that like depth and delicious bourbon flavors in the background. Potentially it could go spicier, but I think this is good for right now. I think let this kind of chill, let it steep, do its thing. My mouth is definitely warm throughout. That's the beautiful thing about cinnamon also, is it's a warming thing. Your mouth's gonna feel warm from cinnamon after you've eaten it. So we're just gonna let this kind of hang out. Oh, let it hang out, and we'll give it a little test drive on a piece of chicken or something before we get making all the delicious burritos. All right, let's let this relax. Oh, I just want to drink it. So good. Thank you so much for watching. This turned out so good. Let me know down in the comments where you'd use a hot bourbon maple syrup. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. Give me some ideas of where I should be using this. And make sure you're looking out for my breakfast burrito video where I'm using my hot pepper tune and this delicious syrup. Like, subscribe, do all those fun things, and we'll see you next time.